My first time watching Good Will Hunting, I was hooked from the start. The way it pulls you into its world is nothing short of mesmerizing. For those who haven't seen it, here's a quick breakdown. The film follows Will Hunting, played by Matt Damon. He's a janitor at MIT with a genius level talent for mathematics. But instead of pursuing greatness, he spends all his time getting in trouble with his friends in his Boston neighborhood. Things take a turn when he solves a seemingly impossible math problem, catching the attention of Professor Gerald Lambeau, played by Stellan Skarsgård. That's when the story really takes off. One of the film's greatest strengths is its characters and their relationships. These aren't cookie cutter characters, they're real, flawed, and multidimensional. Will and Sean's relationship, Sean the therapist, played by Robin Williams, is one of these genuine relationships. Their relationships is the heart of the movie. Sean is grieving the loss of his wife, which gives him this incredible depth and wisdom. He doesn't just help Will helps him too. The way they explore each other's emotional wounds is profound and unforgettable. One of my favorite scenes, and the one that I think exemplifies Will and Sean's relationship, is the one most people refer to as the "It's Not Your Fault" scene. I think that it's the perfect catalyst and example of this relationship.
It's not your fault.
I know.
It's not your fault.
I know.
No, you don't. It's not your fault.
I know.
It's not your fault.
All right.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Don't fuck with me. It's not your fault.
Don't fuck with me, all right? Don't fuck with me, Sean. Not you.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm so sorry.
Then there's Will's relationship with his friend Chucky, played by Ben Affleck. These two are like brothers, and their bond feels so authentic, with Chucky being the one who gives Will the tough love he needs. The scene where Chucky tells Will he's wasting his potential is one of my favorite in the movie. But Good Will Hunting isn't just about relationships. At its core, it's a look in on genius and fear. Will's talent sets him apart, but it also isolates him. He's terrified of failure, rejection, and stepping out of his comfort zone. The movie brilliantly asks, is raw intelligence enough to lead a fulfilling life, or is emotional courage, the ability to love, to be vulnerable, and to take risks just as important? As much as I love the movie Good Will Hunting, it's not without its flaws and drawbacks. One critique that stands out is how quickly the therapy seems to fix Will. Don't get me wrong, the therapy scenes are some of my favorite in the movie, with the "It's Not Your Fault" scene striking a powerful chord, but it seems to fix him a little too quickly. I mean, I love Robin Williams' performance, and they're very powerful, I think. But considering Will's deep seated trauma, it feels a bit rushed. Real healing takes time, and the movie simplifies the process a bit. It's sad, but overall, I don't think it takes anything away from the overall impact of the movie. At the end of the day, Good Will Hunting isn't just a movie. It's a mirror. It reflects the struggles we all face, the fear of failure, the weight of our past, and the search for meaning. It's a story about breaking free from limitations, both self imposed and external. And what it does with such heart and authenticity is something that leaves a lasting impression on everybody that watches it. Overall, this is one of my favorite movies and is my second favorite of all time, right behind the movie Prisoners with Jake Gyllenhaal. Overall, this rates a 10 out of 10 on my scale, and I would recommend anybody that hasn't seen this movie to watch it, or if you have seen it, to watch it again.